What's up? In this video, I'm going to be showcasing the JAYRAMAKI or the JAYRAMAKI Bloodline in SHINDO Roblox. This bloodline is a 1 in 170. It's brand new. And yeah, let's get into the video. Alright, so the JAYRAMAKI or the JAYRAMAKI Bloodline has 3 moves, alright? So the first move is the Jayra style stun pillar. Basically summons up pillars around your opponent and stuns them, dealing very low damage. The second move is a Jayra style hair grab. Basically where your hair extends out to your opponent and stuns them for a quick second, also dealing medium damage. And then finally, your final move is Jayra style mud toad bomb. Now this move, basically you put little spores on your opponent, and after around 3 seconds they actually explode, dealing, medium to high damage to your opponent. And then finally, obviously, you have the Spec, which I'll be going over at the end of the video, but I'll just say now is pretty OP, and honestly is probably one of the best looking Specs in the game currently. But yeah, let's get into the first move on each training log. Alright, so the first move, when you pop it, just like so, summons these pillars around your opponent, dealing around 18k damage, and actually stunning them, so you can do whatever you want when they're stunned. Like you can go like this, do some air combat, whatever you need to do. But basically what these pillars do is stop your opponent from moving, as well as dealing 18k damage. So, pretty decent move. Just overall is an alright move. Here it is again, just one more time. As you can see, it is also an AoE, so that is 18k damage right there. But yeah, that is the first move of the JAYRAMAKI Bloodline, so the Jayra style stun pillar. Alright, now into the second move, the Jayra style hair grab, right? So if we pop this like so, actually your hair will extend out, and then you will deal like a kind of like punch damage almost, so like 2 18k damages, around 36k damage-ish, but also will come with a short little stun, and cool little animation. However, I wouldn't really recommend using this move for any types of combos, as it does require a few hand stuns. I think the first move is probably the best for combos, because as you can see right there, it stuns them wherever they are, you don't even have to aim. But on the second move, here it is again, you can do it from a pretty decent range, just like this, the smash, and then obviously you can do whatever you want with your opponent like so. And now let's move on to our final move here, the Jayra style or the JAYRAMAKI style mud toad bomb. So if you pop this like so, what will actually happen is you'll throw these little mud spores onto your opponent, move back a little bit, and as you can see, it'll explode like that, dealing around 15k to 30k damage. And also leaving that kind of fire effect on your opponent. Overall, this move is decent. However, the fire effect really gives it that extra punch at the end. But yeah, that's pretty much the third move. Here it is one more time. You can pop it like so. You can pretty much be from most mid-ranges, alright? As you can see, those stun spores look a little bit like that. And then you get that fire effect once it's hit, alright? But now let's move on to our Spec. So if you hold down C just like so, by the way, you do need level 400 on this bloodline, I believe, to unlock the Spec. Once you unlock it like so, what will happen is you'll activate Form 1. There is currently no Form 2, but Form 1 alone is pretty cool, alright? So you get this custom animation where you're kind of crossing your arms. You got the big cape on, you got a hood on the cape. Everything looks pretty neat, alright? And your stat boosts are 2500 Chi, 2600 Ninjutsu, 3000 Taijutsu, and 2700 HP. And when you sprint, you actually get that teleporting effect, so you can face into and through objects like this. As you can see, you just phase through stuff. But yeah, that's pretty much the passive effects. Now, when you punch with this mode equipped, you'll actually do those kind of fire hits, which is really nice. And actually, one hit will do around 12k damage, just like that. And you can link these hits up with all the air combat and whatever, like so. It's pretty cool. I really like the way it looks regarding the actual like fire punch almost, and especially that fire stun you get after a full M1. You'll actually get that fire effect for around 5 seconds, and then also these hits work from like a range as well. Like as you can see right here, I'm not even touching him, and he's still getting that extra little bit of damage. But yeah, that's pretty much just the punching. Now let's get on to the Q spec, or for me the X spec. Alright, so when you hit block and then Q, you'll actually summon this toad that does a bunch of stuff. And then if you click, you'll get those 2 Rasengans in your hand that will actually deal around 27k damage with a little bit of a fire effect. As you can see, kind of fire is a big part of this bloodline. And when you hit and stuff, obviously you get that fire effect. And this Spec, you'll actually summon this toad that you can kind of run around with. And then if you click on him with an opponent near, he'll stick his tongue out, and then you'll summon a Rasengan that will actually you teleport to him almost and kind of deal damage. Here's the Q Spec again. Alright, so if you pop it like so, again, if you got an opponent near, you see those two Rasengans that you get in your hand, and you'll actually deal a little bit of damage. However, no fire effect, sadly. I really do like the fire effect with this bloodline, but it doesn't come with any of these C or Q specs. Here's the C spec again, so you can kind of ride her out on this Toad when you see somebody. Just click on them, Rasengan, and the tongue effect, as you can see from the Toad, dealing around 27k damage. But yeah, that's pretty much the JAYRAMAKI bloodline, alright, in a nutshell. I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it was short, but Roblox was down over the weekend, so I couldn't film as many as I would like to. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Have a nice day, and yeah, I really think this bloodline is something really cool. Yeah, I'll see you later. Have a nice day, and bye.